Hi, welcome to Books of Yarn. My name is Anna and I do own a crochet business where I sell all of these. If you're interested in checking my business out, the link will be in the bio. Now, a while back for Black History Month, I did a series. I did some hats inspired by Caribbean flags. This one was inspired by Trinidad and Tobago. Someone requested the tutorial, so here I am. So I call this the Crochet Hexagon Beanie Ruffle, whatever. I have my brain is not working, but you'll see the name in the thumbnail and in the title. So it is the this is the hat that I will be doing the tutorial for. And for this to come out as best as possible, I suggest that you use two colors, at least two colors. Now the top of the hat is a hexagon, so if you don't know how to make an today is not my best day. I get really bad migraines, so sometimes my speech is not the best. So if you don't know how to make an hexagon, I will leave the link to that because I did make a tutorial a while back on how to do that. I have a few of these that I use as cup holders for my table or my desk. Now we're gonna use the green for the hexagon part. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So what you'll need is any two yarn of your choice. You can use one color yarn, it's just that for you to be able to basically see the hexagon, I guess. I've never done it with one color, I've always done it with two, but you can use one color, so you need your yarn. For this, I do use a 6 millimeter hook. You need scissors or clippers. I'm using this. And you need your needle. Sometimes this one, I like working better with this one. Sometimes this one. Either if you have just one, it's fine. But I like working with both of them. And as always, you do need to be watching something, hence why I have my remote. I'm gonna put these aside and we're gonna get the tutorial started. Since my face is not important for this video, I'm gonna put up my chair and then possibly come closer and we're gonna get started. So if you're not seeing my beautiful face, that is the reason why. Hope you do enjoy. If you do, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, like, share with a friend, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. And let's get started. Now to get started, you're gonna go ahead and make a magic ring. You can just hold your finger like this, wrap it around, put it over, pull it up, and there you have it, your magic ring. Now normally when we do this, even though we're using a double crochet, we don't usually start off with a double crochet. So to serve as a double crochet, you can do a chain 2. Depend on the yarn, you can do a chain 3. If you're not comfortable doing any of that, you can still do another chain 1 like that. Then you can do your usual double crochet, which is this, or you can do a single crochet. You can do a single crochet followed by a chain 1. Those are just multiple ways you can do it. If you've been crocheting by now, you'll probably find a way that works best for you. For the sake of this video, I'm just gonna do a usual double crochet followed by another double crochet. Then you're gonna go ahead and do a chain 2. think I'm gonna do a chain 1 for this video. Chain 1. If you've crocheted before and you like working with a chain 2, you can do a chain 2. But I'm just gonna do a chain 1 followed by 2 double crochets followed by a chain 1. So you're just gonna do this for 4 more times, and then I'm gonna show you how to connect it. Alright, so at the end you're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cluster of double crochets and 6 chain 1. So you're just gonna go ahead now and you're gonna go ahead and slip knot at the top. Depending on the yarn, this is sometimes just what I don't normally like. So you're gonna pull it through, tighten your ring, and you're just gonna slip knot. And there you have it. Now I'm gonna show you something real quick. Now using an hexagon I made before, if you notice, each row should be a multiple of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, and all 6 sides is supposed to have a multiple of 2. Now our first row is 2, so our second row is supposed to have 4. So in our where we did our slip knot, that's where our very first double crochet should be. Then in our other double crochet, that's 2. The next spot is our chain 1 space, which we're gonna do 1 double crochet followed by a chain 1 followed by another double crochet. Then above the previous double crochet, we want to ensure that we are putting in our next double crochet. Same thing in the next one. And we're back at our chain 1 space, which we do 1 double crochet, chain 1, followed by another double crochet. Now if you look on this side, we have 4. Now we're going to do this until we're at the end, and I'll tell you how to finish this up. Now we're at the end, and we're back at our chain 1, so you want to ensure that you are putting in your double crochet followed by a chain 1. Be sure another double crochet. Then you're going to go ahead and do your slip stitch and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So on either side there has to be 4, because that's what makes it a hexagon. All 6 sides are supposed to be equal. Now if you've never made a hexagon before, you want to ensure that you check out the video that I've linked earlier. Still need assistance doing any of the basic stitches, I'll also leave a video to that right here. But we're gonna do 4 more rows equal in a total of 6 rows, and then I'll show you how to make the side off. And then I'll show you how to make the side off the beanie ruffle hat. Alright, so now that we're at the end of row 6, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do a color change with the yellow. So we're going to cut off the green and this is a reason why I need to get myself a yarn winder. So under the, you're going to pull up this. You can pull it completely through. But you're going to go under the last 2 loops of your double crochet, and then you're going to put your other color yarn on your hook, and you're just going to pull it through. You're going to look for the end that is still connected to the yarn, and you're going to slip stitch it. You put the end that is not connected over the end that is still connected, and you're going to make a slip stitch, and there you have it. You have successfully done a color change. Now we're gonna go ahead and do 6. We're gonna just do normal double crochets around. Now I should mention, if for your hat, if you think this 6 rows is too small, you can add another row. If you think that 6 rows is too large, you can make it 5 rows or whatever. But we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna make our double crochets all the way around. And as we go around, I'm gonna weave it in. I'm gonna weave in the yellow, and I'll save the green for last. So that's 1. So you just hold it. So once you've yarn over, you just hold it, insert your hook like that. When you get to the chain 1 space, you're just gonna put 1 double crochet in that space. And you're gonna continue until you're at the end. Now I'm not sure if I've mentioned before, but we're gonna do a total of 4 to 6 rows for the sides. Once we've made our 4 to 6 rows for the side, then we'll start working on the ruffles. Alright, so this is what it looks like with 4 rows to the side. Now the reason why I said 4 to 6 row is if you're making this for yourself, you want to make it to be able to fit you. Now at 4 rows for me, it is still at the line of my forehead, and there will be ruffles, so eventually it's going to come over my face. It all depends on how you like your ruffle hats. For me personally, I like my ruffle hats. I like the ruffles touching my eyebrows, you know, directly over my eyes. But depending on how you like your ruffles, you can stop at 4 rows. But we're gonna go down to 6 because that's the way I like to have mine done. So once we're at 6 rows, I'm gonna meet you back. I might go 7, all depends. But once I'm at 6 to 7 rows, I might meet I just said might. I will meet you back and I'll show you how to get the ruffles done. Bear in mind you might need I totally forgot, but we might need some stitch markers or not. We'll just see. I kind of love doing tutorials in a way, but for the most part when I crochet I completely wing it. So doing tutorials is a bit rough for me, so bear with me. But I will meet you back once we're at 6 rows. Alright, so this is what it looks like after doing 6 rows. As I said, you can always add more rows or make the rows less. It's all based on what you think works best for you. No one knows what type of hat they would like to wear more than you do. So this is what it looks like. And we're gonna go ahead and do the brim now to make the ruffles. So I'm gonna go ahead and slip stitch this off, and then you're gonna be needing 6 stitch markers. And what you're gonna go ahead and do is in the chain 1 space earlier, which is this, you're gonna follow that stitch to the end and you're gonna stitch it off. You're just gonna put your stitch marker there and you're just gonna do this for the next 5. Now for this you're gonna work in the front loop only. So there are 2, as you can see there's a V here. You're gonna be only working in the front loop. I didn't lock these. Right, so the first one is a lot harder to go under. Okay, so that's 1. And you're gonna put 1 stitch in each of the front loop. Alright, and this is where your stitch marker comes in. Everywhere that you have your stitch marker, you're gonna go ahead and put 1 double crochet, chain 1, then another double crochet. And I'm gonna meet you back once we're at the end. So once you're at the end of the row, you're gonna go ahead and make your slip stitch. And this is how we're gonna make the ruffles. So for the ruffles, I advise that you make it 3 rows of ruffles. Anything more than that and it's gonna go over your eyes and you will not be able to see. So for this, you're gonna, in each row, in each stitch, you're gonna put 2 double crochets. Alright, so once you get to the chain 1 space, you're gonna put 2 double crochets. You're gonna put 2 double crochets followed by a chain 2. Then you're gonna put 2 double crochets in that same spot. So you're gonna put 2 double crochet in each above or on top of each double crochet from the previous row, but in the chain 1 you're going to put 4 double crochet, 2 on one side followed by a chain 2 and then 2 on the other side. So we're going to repeat this for the next 3 rows, and once I'm done all 3 rows, I'll meet you back and I'll show you how to weave in all your ends, and we'll take a look at the final product or the finished product. As you can see, there is the ruffles are starting slightly. So I'm at the it's moving. So from our chain 2 spot, this is what it will look like. They're gonna be a little bit pointed because of the chain 2, which gives it that little V. So you do want to ensure that you are putting 2 double crochets in each of the standalone double crochets, I guess. I don't know what to call them. If you know, that's good. Just want to show you what row the first row of ruffles should look like. So the ruffles, if you've never made a ruffle beanie before, the ruffles are supposed to occur gradually, so they won't happen all at once. It's gradually by doing the increases, which is very important. So I did want to show you, as I said, what row 1 of the ruffles would look like, so you have an idea. Because the first time I made a ruffle hat, I did not know what to expect at all. I thought I was one of those persons, funny enough, who thought that the ruffles would have been just one row of ruffles. But I was so wrong, and don't think you're silly. I have a weird way of thinking of stuff ever since I was a kid. But yeah. So we're coming up to the very last chain 2 space. I have to say, I do not enjoy crocheting around my desk. If I'm not crocheting in bed or in my reading chair on the couch, I am in a whirl of pain. Okay, so we are at our last chain 2 space, which we're gonna do our 2 double crochet. And I do know that we did a chain 1 previously. I just call it chain 2 space because that's what we'll be doing going forward. And you want to ensure that you are putting 2 double crochets on top of this stitch because it is very close to this. Sometimes it is easy to miss it. We want to ensure that you are not missing it. Currently watching a series called Grimm. Also, for a reading challenge, I'm reading a book called Caraval. I'm loving it so far. I'm doing a 24-hour reading challenge, which I've been doing for a really long time. But I get really bad migraines, so half the time and half the days I'm sleeping. So, you know, I don't know if any of you have ever experienced migraines. Alright, so we're gonna do our very last one. And you're gonna go ahead and slip stitch into the first double crochet. And I'm gonna put this out. So far, this is why, as you can see, the corners are very pointed. As you can see, the corners are very pointed. This is a pattern that I actually made myself. As you can see, the corners are very pointed. I'm going to meet you back at the end of row 2 of ruffles so you have an idea of exactly what it should look like. So this is what it looks like after 2 rows of ruffles. So you should still be doing, so into each stitch you should still be doing 2 double crochets, and this is what it looks like the right side up, I guess. So it is a slight ruffle, and as you can see, the edge where you put the 2, where it's pointed while everywhere else it's curved. Now where am I? So my yarn is actually finishing for some reason, and I don't think I have any more of this yarn. So I might have to do the green. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I might, if anything, I just might put some black on it or something. Alright, so I'm done. I ended up using the green. The green was done, so I had this pale yellow left over from a while back. I don't remember what I made using this. I think it was a hat or something. But this is what the finished product looks like. I end up weaving in the ends off camera. I got so caught up in my show. But after 3 rows of ruffles, this is what it looks like. And to do a try test, alright, so I have a mirror to this side. These ruffles I think are a lot bigger than mine, so I'm starting to think maybe I had used a 5.5mm hook to do this one. I don't remember what hook I used, but I just know I wanted to do a 6mm hook for this one. Sorry. But this is what it looks like. I normally don't make my hats bigger, smaller than, I don't make my hats to fit my head because I wear different hairstyles and I want to be able to wear my hats with any hairstyle. Plus I get migraines, so I like having room in my hat. If that is something that you don't like, you can always make your hat to fit you. But this is the finished product, and if you've made a hat like this, I do have Instagram. You can always post it on Instagram and tag me. I think books of, on my Instagram is down below. I leave it here. I think it's books_off_yarns. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, month, year, minute, time, second. I do hope I see you in my next video. I normally post crochet stuff on Wednesdays. Now, I totally forgot to add at the beginning of the video, I'm having a clearance on some my December beanie hats, a line of beanie hats I worked on back in last year. So if you're interested in purchasing any one, you can use the code YouTube24 to get 30% off, and it only applies for like the first 30 people. So there's that. But a wonderful day, minute, time, second, and I hope I see you in the next video. Ciao.